Disclaimer, before we even begin, I did mess up a little bit in this video. I did my best to correct what that I know of. If anything, if you know these cars, you know these cars. Hopefully, this video will help you out in what you are searching for. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today I am putting in a washer fluid pump, which just so happens to connect with my windshield wiper ring gear. So let's get into that. Oh, and before you come at me for me flipping my breather lid up, first off, it's not for horsepower, it's for better gas mileage. I didn't make the rules. So anyway, back to the washer fluid pump. So I have my new one here that I'm going to put in, but I've got to get the cover off. So I'm going to end up doing that first. For reference, this is the old one. This is literally Delco products, probably 40 years old. The hoses, well, the hose fitting things basically broke off because they are dry rotted. So that's why I had to get a new one. That plus it wouldn't even make a noise. So yeah. In order to remove this cover, you have 3 Torx screws, and you also gotta unplug this. Me personally, I prefer to unplug this. If you want to put it in and not unplug that, that is perfectly fine. I just find it better because of being able to do what that I need to do freely, because I can always plug it back in. So, on the 3 Torx Head, you got that one, this one over here, and then you have another one that's underneath this little arch right here that is hidden, that you just gotta find. And I'm using this size of Torx Head. You'll know by what's on that. So whichever one fits, that's one you use. So I would recommend you get like a magnet or something to hold these, because they are extremely small. At least a good inch. So if that tells you anything, do with that what you will. If you lose a screw, that's not my fault, because I warned you. Also, the one on the bottom that is hidden is longer than the others. Please make note of that. Also, I would recommend unhooking that hose, which is a vacuum hose. That is a vacuum tank. Don't be like me, I've already literally broken this once. I'm getting ready to go and make it do again. So yeah. So after that, you get the cover out. Here's the inside. And that would be where your washer fluid pump would go. Normally, you'd probably actually have to pry yours out if you haven't in a while. So go ahead and pause this and get it out. Alright, so after you pry that out, you should be left with that. And we're just going to slide that in right now. So while we're at it, we're going to put that little piece of insulation in there, and we're going to pop this baby in. Make sure that the insulation goes all the way around it on the inside. So now that I've got this fully popped in, only thing is that normally the clip would go there, but I kind of had issues getting it out whenever that I was prying this sucker out. So yeah. But other than that, they should make contact like so, and she's ready to go back on. And we're going to take and modify this right here. And now to make sure that it works. So me personally, I couldn't hear it, but I heard a click that I normally don't hear. So I guess we'll know whenever that I hook the hoses up to it. Alright, and now that we have the cover back on and it plugged back up, now we're going to connect the hoses. So this hose that runs from the windshield washer fluid, shout out to the dude that I got this off of eBay, because mine was horribly busted. It still has like the little pieces off the old pump still in it, so I'm just going to cut that out and kind of Whoop. And then slide it on there. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. And the same way for the other one. Alright, so I got the hoses hooked up. I went off by what the pieces that come out. So, now let's see if that shall spray. For purposes that I don't want to be wet, it works, but is it pumping? Well, the pump does work. It just isn't spraying. So now I need to figure out why it's not spraying. That's why. So I get to get a new hose. Lovely. Not gonna lie, this is the story of my life. It's literally how I built back this car. So on to the next adventure, which actually will probably be removing that to glue back the little nipple looking thing for the vacuum. So yeah, we're gonna have fun. Anywho, until next time, peace.